England in the 1530s was a kingdom at war with itself, not by sword, but by conscience. Henry VIII had broken with Rome, declared himself head of the church, and demanded oaths of loyalty from every subject. To resist was treason. To comply was, for many, to betray their faith. Friends turned on friends. Families divided. The air itself seemed heavy with suspicion. And in the midst of this storm stood Sir Thomas More, once the king's trusted chancellor, now accused of treason for refusing the oath. He could have saved himself with a few words. He could have bent, as so many others did. But when he faced his judges, he chose silence. Qui tacet, consentire videtur. Silence gives consent, the court declared, twisting his quiet into guilt. But More understood silence differently. For him, it was not consent, but conscience. It was not weakness, but resistance. His silence could not save his life, but it preserved his integrity, and for that he was condemned. Silence in the Elizabethan and Tudor world was a loaded thing. It was never neutral. To remain silent in a court, in council, in prayer, it was to communicate something more potent than words could carry. Sometimes silence was survival. At other times, it was defiance. Writers of the era knew this. Shakespeare gave his characters silences that thundered louder than soliloquies. The pauses on stage carried as much weight as the speeches. Silence was a language everyone understood, though no one spoke it the same way. And yet, the weight of silence did not vanish with that age. It endures. Today, silence is still read, still judged, still weaponized. A withheld comment in a meeting, the absence of a reply online, the pause before a verdict, all can shape reputations, power, and trust. In the digital age, silence is not merely the absence of speech. It becomes a statement amplified by expectation. When everyone is compelled to speak, to post, to weigh in, silence itself becomes a loud and unsettling act. Think of how we respond when a public figure says nothing in the face of scandal, or when a friend leaves our message unanswered. We interpret, we speculate, we project meaning. Silence today is no less dangerous, no less revealing than it was in More's England. It can be an act of dignity or of cowardice, of restraint or of complicity. Its meaning is never fixed. It is carved by context, sharpened by perception. And so the lesson is this: silence is not emptiness. It is presence. It carries weight. To be silent is to choose, and that choice always speaks, whether we want it to or not. For Thomas More, it spoke of a conscience unbroken. For us, it may reveal our fears, our strengths, or our deepest loyalties. The world will not stop pressing words into our mouths, but sometimes silence remains the truest expression of who we are.